Hello, Paige's brother. I wanted to say hi. My name is Grady Deacon. I am the artist that Paige commissioned to paint this painting for you, and I'm so excited. For some reason, I did one earlier. Paige asked me well in advance, and I completed it. I mailed it off. It should have been there a month ago, and it has disappeared into the void. So this means we get to do a very exciting holiday temple painting instruction video. So when you do receive it, you'll get to see the story behind it and watch it actually be created. So we'll get going. Okay, so this is the starting draft that I have. I took my watercolor paper. This is 180-pound cold press. It's not Arches, but it is a very good, similar quality paper. And I already put down a very light wash on top, just of water. What I sketched out the DC temple. This is a slightly different one than before. So if you end up with two, then you don't have an exact copy. That'll be nice, right? But I'm going to put a water wash around the temple here. I'm going to be painting on top of the spires because I'm just going to be putting gold foil on top of those anyway later on. And that'll make it easier to make a quick wash. Okay, I just put the water down, and now I am going to pick up some pink because I want the sky to have a lot of pink. And so I'm going to lay down some pink in there and just kind of give it a nice wash over so you can see some beautiful color coming through. Okay, adding some purple in here just to make it a fun color. The DC temple actually has a really cool history to it. It's different in architecture than most temples. Most temples have one spire going up, but the DC temple has 6. And people, there are a couple different ideas of why it has 6. I haven't seen anything definitive, but the 2 big ones are 3 of the spires represent the Melchizedek priesthood and 3 represent the Aaronic priesthood. Another said it was for the 6 dispensations of the gospel up until this point, and the building itself represents the 7th dispensation. Just different reasons. It's kind of fun. Elder Gong actually, when he was a child, he went through this temple this was the first temple experience he had as a child, and he remembers feelings of great peace. As it dries, I just prevent it from getting any hard line border, just touching it just a little bit as I go, because I want this background to be really smooth in comparison. I want the temple to be the focus of it, So it's kind of fun to... All right, I feel good about that. We're going to get going on the temple here. There are a lot of shadows that kind of accrue in between all these little lines. So I'll be working on those and just starting light and then going darker, darker, darker. All right, I just finished the temple part. Let me show you, and then we'll move on to the landscape. I did some details, so I really want the light to shine through, so this is going to be pretty bright, but the colorful landscape will really make this shine out. I've done a lot of the landscape and floral colors, but I want to add some white flowers to protect the white. Why paint on the green though? Because it's already white, right? I'm going to be putting on masking fluid. It's this blue fluid, and it'll dry, and it's basically like a rubber cement. It's going to keep it protected in just the shape I paint. Then I'll put on all the green, and then I can rub off the white and add a few last finishing touches, and it should be done. Okay, this is a fun one. I'm going to take off these shiny bits. That's the masking fluid, and I'm going to take it off with this eraser. Now, last thing, I'm going to add a few more finishing details here, and then put some gold on those spires. All right, this last part is my favorite part. I finished all the details. Now I need to add the gold foil. So I'm going to paint on an adhesive where I want it. Then I'll put the gold foil on. I'll rub it off, and then we'll have our painting.
Not my clothes.
You have brightens?
Very.
Those are brightens. Can you put them in your bedroom? Daddy. Useless. All of Mom. That's your calling pathetic and
No,
useless.
I was quoting someone.
K-pop yeah, you did.
Ew.
Oh, I just stuck on my pinky.
All right, we just finished up. Got all the details finished. I'll give it a scan and send it your way, and you should be able to get this in the mail in probably 2 weeks. I hope you enjoy your painting.